Here's an immigration update on our immigration math, just to keep you up to date on where the jobs are and where they're going for 2025 and how it can affect you. So stay to the end if you want, and you can actually download a copy of this immigration information on immigration math, and you can link to the next video, which is the immigration video we did 3 months ago when all this immigration started. So you probably know by now, it's June 2025, that the president just realized that there is an effect to mass immigration on employment. And you'll be able to see up here on the screen his quote that he put on Truth Social, saying that perhaps immigration is going to impact some of the industries that are important to America. So here are the numbers as of June 2025. 19.2% of the entire workforce in America is foreign born. And of that, there is about 30.6% that's in construction. That means every time they do a construction sweep at a job site, they're taking away 30% of the employees that are doing that job. About 33% are in hospital and other services. So that means that in your hospitals and your people that clean the rooms and the people that do the laundry, those are about 33% foreign-born people. In utilities, it's another 22% of those people are important people that work in water and power and electric utilities. And then, of course, in hospitality, which is something that the president mentioned specifically because I think he might have a lot of friends that are in the hospitality industry, as he is. That's hotels and restaurants and entertainment. It's 22% of their employees are foreign-born, immigrant labor, and 41% of all the employees in agriculture are foreign-born, which is leading to problems in not only the vegetable business, but the milk business, the farming business, and it's a real devastating impact to lose 40 of your employees overnight. So I want to just remind everybody that this immigration math affects you personally, and I want to make sure that you protect yourself by, number one, investing in companies that are not subject to lots of foreign-born employee disruption, and that includes the technology companies. And because a lot of technology companies are not subject to the triple D jobs, the dirty, dangerous, dead-end jobs. So if you're investing in NVIDIA and Amazon and Google and Meta, all right, these companies are not as affected by the immigration sweep that's going on in America right now. It's June 2025, and we have some economic things that are happening, and it's really quite important that you keep up to date on the immigration math and how it actually affects you personally. So if you have a business and your business requires lots of low-end employees, you're going to have some business stress difficulties. And you can certainly tune in to the many interviews that are done with small business owners that are now feeling the pinch of having employees picked up. And here's where they're being picked up. Are you ready? At outside of the Home Depot and Lowe's centers where they wait for day employment. They're being picked up actually at immigration hearings for people who are legally trying to go through the system. They're picking up people and loading them into the immigration enforcement vans and taking them away. They're actually picking them up at daycare and children's centers where people are picking up their children that are immigrant children that are at the daycare or at the grammar school, and they're picking up the moms and separating them from their kids. And the biggest, most shocking ones is that they're actually picking up women in maternity wards that are giving birth, and if they're here illegally, if they're illegal immigrants, they basically are separating from their babies. Now, this is all very sort of shocking news, and it's an update on what we talked about 6 months ago when they began this immigration sweep, because we understood they were going to be picking up, criminals, not necessarily newborn mothers, and not necessarily people working at construction sites. And so there's a little bit of a breakdown between what we thought was going to happen and what's actually happening now. And keep in mind, here's the math. For those of you that are concerned about the economic status of Medicare and Medicaid and other social programs, the immigrant population has been paying in $95 billion in taxes, right, into the system. And a lot of those taxes go into programs that they will never be able to claim on because here's the list. If you are not a legal resident of the United States, you cannot claim Social Security, you cannot claim Medicaid, and you cannot collect on Medicare. So these are the three big budget items that they're paying into, adding money to the system, but they're never able to withdraw money from them. So what would I say that you have to do about that? Number one, you have to be very cautious about your Social Security planning. If in fact the immigration sweep continues the way it's going, and if we continue to deplete the immigrant population, you need to make plans for your own Social Security supplement. Number two, as far as Medicare is concerned, it's highly likely that the changes in Medicare are going to pay less and less of a percentage of your bills. You need to have a Medicare supplement plan or a Medicare Advantage plan that pays your bills. And the third thing is if you're a Medicaid patient, this is the lowest income people in our population because Medicaid is not by age, it's by income. Medicare is for people over 65. Medicaid is for people who earn literally less than $21,000 a year. If you have low income people in your family, you need to be prepared for them to lose access to their SNAP, SNAP nutrition benefits, and medical and dental care. So this is quite an issue for those of us that might have low income people in their family network that they want to take care of. So there's a lot of things going on. It's June 2025. We're going to keep you up to date on the immigration math as we go forward so that you can prepare to take care of yourself no matter what happens with the immigration sweep and how it affects your finances. Staying up to date and protecting yourself is just part of the art of being smart.